Hey, it's Pierre-Alexander Parenteau. You're listening to Missin Curfew.
What's Missin Curfew? It's when you kind of play guilty, but you show up.
How nice is a green light on the road, though? No practice tomorrow, no plane, just go.
Scotty Upshaw in the clear, and he scores! Right in front, scores!
A few laughs, a little bit of fun, and obviously a lot of hockey talk.
You're listening to Missin Curfew.
Fellas.
Fella.
My man, Fella Friday.
How we doing, buddy?
Things are good, bud. It's we're back. I mean, look at the holiday spirit in here. We've got
I'll tell you what.
We've got cherries, we've got pine trees, we've got ribbons. I mean, fuck, where's old Saint Nick?
He's limbering up, he's stretching his hammies.
He's got an outdoor hockey game before he jumps on that big old sled.
He's saying, Mrs. Claus, get over here and get this right, get this fucking right galoot that's just locked up in one. Maxie, heading to Vegas, represent the Missin Curfew well, fella. When's the flight? We're this afternoon, eh?
Yeah, this afternoon, couple hours here, so we'll get this episode turned around, and then I'll be on the Bird, the Southwest Bird, though, not like you guys.
No JSX.
That's okay. That's the only city you fly Southwest to. Is Vegas.
He's a 35.
Because you just know you're absolutely gonna demolish yourself, anyways. Doesn't matter how you are going in. Although, how'd the IV? How'd the IV go?
I'm feeling 10 times better than I did yesterday.
Rock hard boner going in. Perfect.
Look at nurse back there, yes.
Did you get where did you go to the hydration room?
No, Newport Wellness.
Newport Wellness. Oh yeah. That's where my doctor is.
That's where my doctor is, so that's where I went.
Wait, by the way, let me ask you this:
is it Dr. Nick?
Yeah.
Oh, Nick.
Dr. Nick. Yeah. Tell my son what's up.
Nickster.
Yeah, great guy.
Hey, by the way, can you do the IVs on insurance there?
No, I checked. That would have been
good insurance. I kept that NHL insurance, but I don't pay $2,000 a month for nothing.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's
when you got kids though. It's a no-brainer if you got kids, right?
Well, God forbid, they need a Z-Pack or something.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, but $2,000 a month, I think
it's insane.
Yeah,
but when push comes to shove, it's proven to be the best insurance that's out there.
I probably should have kept it, but when you retire from pro hockey,
it's just a disaster.
You know what? I'm actually going to throw my old financial guy under the bus here. Rob Hooper was his name.
You know what? Give you that.
You know what, Hoop? I loved you and you were good for me, but when I retired, he made me feel like I was had no money. I was fucking in one. He's like, so I'm just cutting shit. I'm like cutting costs. I'm like this and that. So I just got rid of my NHL insurance. Remember, I didn't have insurance for like 2 years. I was living without insurance.
Yeah.
Fucking played in the league for 10 years. I'm living without insurance. Think about that.
That's insane.
Crazy.
What if you banged up your knee? What if I high stick you? You need 10 zips, cost you $25,000.
Oh, I know. It was crazy. But anyways, Maxie, have fun in Vegas, baby. Represent the company.
Thank you.
Updog, we talked on the Wednesday pod about the PGA Tour versus Live Tour. What's the word I'm looking for?
A little match.
A Ryder Cup if it was to happen.
Yeah, like one-on-one.
Yeah, Ryder Cup style. Singles, Sunday singles. Shout out to Only Pins Golf. So the captains would obviously be Phil and Tiger. Then we got match 1. Rahm versus Scotty Scheffler.
I like match 2. Brooks Koepka, Rory McIlroy, the guy who can't shut up.
Match 4. Dustin Johnson versus our boy Max Homa.
See, there's going to be a tweak in this. I'm hoping Max Homa maybe slides on over at some point.
Yeah, me too. And then in the all nerd contest here, you got Bryson DeChambeau versus Patrick Cantley.
Ooh. And this one, I point out this one to you. Cameron Smith, Victor Hovland. 2 of the bright shining stars on tour.
Yeah.
Both tours, right?
Answer versus Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Taylor Gooch. Now, this is where it might get a little thin for the lift. Taylor Gooch versus Jordan Spieth. Kokrak versus Thomas. Joaquin Needham versus Ricky Fowler. Patrick Reed, Captain America versus Alexander Scheffler. Scheifler, how do I say his name up, dog?
That's Scheifele.
Scheifele.
That's all-time nerd group.
And then Garcia versus Morikawa.
I like that.
I mean, listen, the reason I wanted to talk to you about it is I think that's must-see TV.
Yeah, it is.
And then for these nerds out there like Brandel Chambly and all these guys that say there's no talent on the live, go ahead and look at that lineup. That's just as legit as the other one. I don't care what they say. Now, answer Gooch, Kokrak. I get it. Maybe that's a little thin, but I think they compete up, dog, is what I'm saying.
How about for the Saturday night main event? Boxing, Greg Norman versus the guy who's ruining the PGA Tour.
Monahan?
Yeah, Monahan.
Monahan.
What about that?
He's not even ruining the PGA Tour anymore. He's completely.
He's milking them dry.
He's folded.
He made more money than Rom last year.
Yeah, I know.
That's insane.
It's insane.
These guys are wondering what the hell is going on, and they can't control their greedy ass, commish.
The suits.
The suits. All buttoned up, shirt, tie wearing mofos.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, it's probably never going to happen because the PGA Tour won't do it, but I don't know. I just saw that come on Only Pins Golf, so shout out to those boys. I think that's that's a pay-per-view spectacular right there. I would pay my $79.99, and I would love to watch that. And then you do the team play, obviously. You do a straight-up Ryder Cup, and you had a great idea yesterday while we were teeing it. You do it on the years that you don't have the Ryder Cup.
Totally.
And boom, here we go.
You know how else to get just great, people to watch this, great TV, is do one day where they get to pick like celebrities as their partners, and they go in and they go in like an athlete.
Updog likes to go off the fucking.
I'm just saying, maybe there's a chance we get in on this.
Oh, you're looking to play?
Yeah.
Wow.
I
mean, you did play well yesterday. You bombed it. You bombed it.
74, but eagle, 4 birdies, and just a boatload of boats.
He finally lost money actually on the golf course. I finally got the Updog.
It was a bloodbath until I birdied 18.
Yeah,
it was going to be bad.
I mean, 18 is it's just such an advantage for you. It's not funny. You went driver 9-iron.
Driver 9-iron.
Yeah, it's par 4, folks, for those fellas out there listening. I went.
It's a par 5.
I went driver 6-iron, chunked a 9-iron in the water. But typically, like the good players, if you're a good player, scratch guy at a golf course, it's usually driver 5-iron to 3-wood.
Yeah,
like most guys.
Over water.
And Updog went driver 9-iron. And you and Doherty are like, should I go first or who's going to go first here? I'm like, fuck. If Doherty wasn't sick, if he wasn't sick and hanging off that thread, I would have fucking laid into him.
Yeah,
that's why I laid into Obradovic in the fucking.
I love you drove the cart right up to me like, can I ask you something? Why did he ask you to go first? You got a fucking 9-iron in your hand. I'm like, I don't know.
You're like
team play.
So that's how you do it in team play. Like I take a little pressure off me. I go, you got a 9-iron in your hand. You're not fucking gonna chunk it in the water, probably. You hit a great shot.
Things, yeah.
It was nice to be on the winning side of it. At Big Canyon, we have a rule though: if you win, you get stuck with the tab. So,
was it a wash? Was it a wash for you?
Huh. I don't think so. I think I won. What did I win? $350 off the boys.
Yeah,
a bottle of wine is probably. And then I get the game check. Yeah, maybe it was a wash.
Yeah,
it was.
I just had one glass, so I wasn't trying to bleed you.
I appreciate that. Anyways, Ryder Cup, Live Tour, PGA Tour style Updog. I think it would be unbelievable. Time will tell on that. Listen, I've been complaining to you. Well, I've been getting rinsed on this, but mainly by the San Jose Sharks. I put them on the milk carton on Wednesday. So I went to Princey. I said, Princey, can you pull up the stats on empty net goals? 5-on-6 play when the goalies are pulled. Fuck, it almost cost me last night to Islanders. Ducks were just snapping around, and they. Yeah. I'm like, boys, get her out.
Yeah, the Islanders scored a late one, right? To tie it, and then they scored again to win. But they were down in the game. I thought they were going to roll over the Ducks.
Bobble. I love you, Bobble. Going to a new team, and he's out there battling his bag off.
Oh, he's a battler.
I've been in this situation, and I could just sense, I'm like, poor Bobble, he's going to take one here.
He's playing catch-up, though, right? He hasn't played.
No, I've been there. He's playing catch-up.
Blues haven't played him. No wonder
and he's going to be fine. But I put myself in that situation. The game's moving a little quicker than you are, and you're hanging on. And he's using his reach, and I'm like, he's going to take a penalty. He took one in the third with the game tie. I'm like, oh, Bobble, don't do it to me. And this Holmstrom kid came in shorthanded. I think it was his 4th shorty of the year.
Wow.
Short side spink dink on Gibby. And they held on for me. But they had they had some quality chances 5-on-6, man. And maybe if we pulled up the tape when we were playing, maybe we gave up those quality chances too. But I just think that the 5-on-6 play, they got to force more, get out on guys. Anyways.
Do you think, let me ask you, let's stick on it.
Yeah.
Do you think, what kind of personnel do you put out there? You putting out your best players? Because now what you're saying is guys got to play on their toes, right? You don't want to be sitting back, being in shot lanes. You want to say, like, as soon as there's, in soccer, for example, Alex Steen used to say, watch Manchester City play the way this coach plays. As soon as you lose the ball, you just run, and you make sure there's pressure all over the field until they actually have it completely set up.
Yeah.
Right. So in hockey, he kind of was like, guys, let's try to play like this. Like he kind of sat us down, was like, let's play this. As soon as we lose possession of the puck, we all are going buck diddy until we're completely fucking tired.
Yeah.
Now, 5-on-6, very rarely are they like completely set up in all their positions, like whether it's a face-off or they come and dump it in. So
Well,
pressure,
they are getting set up because of pressure.
I know. So pressure. Deal with maybe a guy over pressuring, right? Keep a guy in front of the net.
Yeah.
But I always say, like, put the meat and potato guys.
You got to have 2 centers out there.
2 centers.
Your 2 best face-off guys you put out, right? They put your 2 centers out, then you put out your PK guys.
Not the guys that flamingo.
No.
That go out there and just, whoops, I'm in the lane, but I'm not.
Yeah, and like you said, there's 11 guys out there. Let's get some controlled chaos.
Yeah.
Fucking go.
Totally.
Go to the guy there. And as a D-man, if my guy goes to the wing, I got to come over and get to the strong side post. But for me, it's way too much of just sitting here and letting these guys, and like I said on Wednesday, guys are sitting in front of the net doing whatever they want. So, listen, there's been 27 goals scored with the goalie pulled in 469 games in the National League this year. Last year was 15% of the time they scored. This year, it's 17% of the time. And it feels like it's higher than that to me.
Well, you're getting stung.
I mean, the Sharks alone have fucking stung me 4 or 5 times.
So there's a couple things on this. Should there be a time stamp where you're not allowed to pull the goalie until, like, say, the 5-minute mark? Because some teams are pulling them at 7 minutes.
As a gambler, I wish we could do that.
I don't know. You'd think Vegas is in control of a little bit of the rules, right?
Yeah.
In sports. They are. They're like fucking, they control probably everyone. Everyone's bought and paid for. Refs, commissioners, I can call it what it is.
All right.
I don't know.
All right.
But anyway, Vegas, it's hard to control lines, like the puck lines and stuff, when these teams just are down. And
I saw the biggest line ever last night with
500.
When the Avalanche went up 3-0. It was live betting by DraftKings. The Avs were minus 2,800.
So I
minus
missed
2,800.
So it was unfortunate last night. DraftKings had taken the line off. I had paused the game. Okay, TNT paused it. Went to go when I played it again. I forgot I was.
Went to go get a bottle of wine.
Yeah, I forgot I was in real time. Get the kids a bath, put Beckham down, clean his ass, and made myself a glass of wine. You're right. And when I sat down, I hit play again. I went on to check a bet, and it was off the board. Then when the live bet came on, it was 1-0. Fucking 4 minutes in, and that line went to minus 450. I'm like, Christ,
Pricks.
I
had to actually. It's funny you say that. I was behind it myself. So game started. I had to take a picture. I had to text my guy, send it to him with the line, say what I wanted, risk it 1,800 to win a G. I had to take a picture of the game starting 0-0 because it was already off the board. And TNT games always start later because the boys come on, they shoot the shit.
Well, Jack Hughes is busy scoring OT with.
Yeah, and the game went to overtime. But typically the TNT game starts late. So my guy honored it. Saul, classy move. But I had to take a picture saying, hey, bro, I want this bet. Best the Avs have looked all year. They were buzzing.
Oh, they were. Yeah, it was a great game. So let me ask you this. Back on the 5-on-6 for 1 second.
Yeah.
While we're still here and all the guys listening at home are like, if I was in practice, okay, and I'm a power play guy, you know what it's like. So you put 6-on-5 in practice, right? We're working on the extra man.
Yeah.
Well, if these fucking heroes like me are going full blast in practice as the fucking guy down, right? Trying to defend, slashing, getting pucks out, giving a little whack, getting back to the net, working. Guys are like, what the fuck are you working so hard for? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I used to love driving the power play nuts.
I know. So did I. I loved it. But that's how you're only going to get better. Yeah. These teams that are giving it up, like we're talking about, they don't practice it hard enough.
Yeah, there was no better feeling than a PK than the power play guys slapping their sticks.
Oh, yeah.
Breaking their sticks, telling you to fuck off.
And them getting in shit.
Yeah.
You're just like,
You're
fuck.
Get it going then, boys.
Yeah. Because I got to engage myself here. Otherwise, I'm shooting pucks in the neutrals and I'm getting in shit.
I'm going to talk to, I'm going to text John Cooper and talk to him about what's going on with the 5-on-6. I'm going to ask him.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong here, but I want pressure. Go, 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 go.
Yeah.
Don't give him time and space. So, San Jose, take it easy on me. And like I said earlier in the week, boys, tread carefully against the Sharks right now because maybe taking the puck line, getting a goal and a half.
It's Shark Week.
It is Shark. It's Shark Week, Up Dogs. Up Dogs, some sad news, I guess. Maybe not sad. All good things come to an end. But your boy, Craig Berube, Chief, let go in St. Louis. Just your thoughts on that. And I know you were texting with him the other day.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I had Chief in Philadelphia under John Stevens. He was our assistant coach. He ended up taking over for him after. Chief is a guy that played with his heart on his sleeve. Coached like it too. Coached his own way. Didn't want to be told what to do. Had a great demeanor. Had a great sense of humor. Fuck was funny, man. He had one-liners like going out of style. I can't imagine him and Ott on the same bench, and I missed it by a year. But listen, I think all the stuff that came out. Listening to Doug Armstrong's presser yesterday, he should be remembered by the guy that brought the Stanley Cup to St. Louis after a 50-year, hiatus. He was the guy that took over for Mike Yeo, jumped in a position that was never easy. They were dead last in the fucking league at that point.
DFL.
And he got the best out of his guys. And I'm every time I text him, we laugh. We share some good insight on hockey. I think he's going to have another job somewhere, if not somewhere really fast, like really soon.
Yeah.
Right? How many times is a guy that wins a cup a free agent basically middle of the season? Not very often.
No, I agree. And what Army said about, everything that Chief did, and, after the dust settles, remember for that cup, 100%. I mean, his Game 7 speech alone was one of the best speeches I've ever heard.
Yeah.
When he said, we're a good fucking hockey team and we're leaving here tonight with the fucking cup. I mean, I still hear it. I get chills.
Yeah.
And listen, I got a team for him. I would say, Chief, keep your cell phone on loud. And this is no disrespect to Mike Sullivan. I had Sully in Tampa. Sully's got Stanley Cups that I don't have. He's had a great run in Pittsburgh. But I think Craig Berube could maybe come in and squeeze that last bit of juice out of Sidney Crosby and those boys. I don't know. I just think Chief is probably a little more laid back than Sully, maybe a little more of a guy's guy than Sully. And like I said, no disrespect to Sully.
Yeah.
He's got cups. I don't know. If I'm Kyle Dubas, Craig Berube's interesting to me. He's very interesting.
That would be an interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
Dubas, GM, Chief as the head coach.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, there ain't no Kyle Dubas ain't telling Chief what to do. There's no way.
No.
But listen, to your point, you brought that up yesterday on the golf course. I think a fresh voice in that room is exactly what they need. They're obviously underachieving big time.
Yeah, it's just like,
and the guys they have, they're older. They want a fucking guy like Chief. You want a guy that's just been there, came into the old igloo back in the day and beat the wheels off all those guys.
Exactly.
I mean, he was a tough man.
And like you said, I mean, you had a little stat about teams that get their coaches fired, they win their first game. I mean, look what I like Dean Evason, and I said to you on this very podcast that it's time for Dean Evason to probably move on. It's coaches are hired to get fired. They say that. Yeah. Looks what happened to me. They've played better. Chris Knobloch in Edmonton. We all know what's going on. Now, granted, they had the two best players in the world.
Totally. But
fuck me, and you could have coached that team. But sometimes,
I
mean, if you're a GM, you can't be looking around the league and be like, this is not working. It obviously works.
Yeah.
So time will tell. But
right.
Chief, all the best, buddy. We love you out here at Missin Curfew. We'll bounce back on your feet. Up dog. We'll be right back, fella. Welcome back to Missin Curfew. Up dog. It's milk carton.
Milk carton.
Listen, this is bittersweet for me. I'm hoping this is a milk carton bump like you did for Hubie when you called out Hubie. He scored the next night. Listen, I watched the Sens play the other night against the Carolina Hurricanes. Carolina came out flat, and I don't even know how they came out flat because Rod Biddemore absolutely ripped them 2 nights before. They came out flat. The Ottawa Senators had 2 power plays, 2 of the worst power plays I've ever seen. They came back. They lost the puck, this and that. So, boys, Brady Tkachuk, I love you. Batherson, I've got to know this kid. He's an absolute beauty. They have the talent. They've only played 20 games up, either 10 and 10. They're sitting at 500. Boys, I'm doing this because I'm fucking pulling for you. I'm putting the Ottawa Senators on the milk carton to get a bump. But the time is now, boys. You got to get going. The time of rebuild and this and that, it's over. You got to play more consistent. You got to be more desperate. Because I'm pulling from up dog, I'm putting the Ottawa Senators on the milk carton, fella.
Well said. Well said.
Yeah, it's time. Time is now. And you know this. You've been in dressing rooms where, all right, boys, enough fucking around. Let's go. Right?
Yep.
You got the Christmas break coming up. Take care of your games before that. They're playing the Blues tonight, like Uppy said. Come on, boys. I'm pulling for you. I love that team. I love Brady Tkachuk. I'm hoping the milk carton bump helps them out. New segment here at Missin Curfew. It's the Missin Curfew hot seat. We're talking about coaches getting fired, and this coach, I'm staying in Ottawa, DJ Smith, I've always been a fan of his. I do think he's a good coach. I do think he's a good guy. But, I mean, the time is now. Like, I know their GM got fired earlier in the year. Maybe you don't want to come in as a new owner and completely fucking dismantle everything. But, fella, that seat's got to be getting, he's got to be sitting down.
Yeah.
Ooh, I need an extra pair of gits here.
Yeah, it's chafing.
It's getting chafy.
Yeah, monkey butt.
I'm putting DJ Smith on the Missin Curfew hot seat. I hope they turn it around now. I do believe in him. But what I watched the other night against the Carolina fucking Hurricanes, it's not good enough. And it starts, unfortunately, with the head coach of the hockey club.
I like that you're tuning in the Ottawa Senators right now.
Oh, yeah, man. I like
Brady.
Team, man.
Yeah, you like Brady. You like Batherson, like you just said. Maybe it's just Ottawa. Maybe it's just the fact that these guys are playing in Canada.
It's the fucking nation's capital.
Yeah, but they're not in the nation's capital. They're outside. They're in whatever.
They're in
Bucknuck.
Canada.
Who wants to go there?
I mean, they all got pretty good numbers here, too. I was about to lay into that Sanderson kid, but he's got 14 points. He's +4 in 23 games. Like, those are good numbers.
Those are good numbers.
Listen, it's just structure up. You've played on good teams, and listen, they're still young. I get it. But, like, you cannot come out and be lackadaisical and this and that. And for me, it starts with coaching, then it goes on the players. And that's why I got to put DJ Smith on the hot seat. But they have time. They've only played 20 games up, dog. They got time to turn it around. I hope they do. But the time is now. And you're right. They do need a downtown rink sooner than later. But
So while on the Missin Curfew hot seat / milk carton, I'm going to dive in. I put this guy on the milk carton last week. He didn't do anything since last week, which is why he's been called out, which is why his head coach was fired yesterday. Jordan Kyrou, 28 games played, 5 goals. He's making $8.5 million.
that's a lot of bananas.
Let's start to figure out how to show a little effort, how to play the right way, play to your ability, play to the money you're making. 5 goals just isn't good enough. I like this guy, Justin Falk. No goals, 12 apples. You're like supposed to be A1 PP. You and Torrey Krug. I need you back at it. I need you on it. Then you go down the lineup. It's more Sammy Blaze. I love Sammy Blaze. 1 goal.
I do love Sammy Blaze.
I love
too.
him. Just we need more sandpaper. Torrey Krug, 1 goal. Let's pump it up. I love Oscar Sundqvist. He's been, as a 4th-line guy, 3 goals. Kevin Hayes had a big game last game, 2 goals. Unfortunately, they fell short to the Detroit Red Wings, which is why Chief is gone.
I got a stat for you here.
Yeah.
For when they played the Detroit Red Wings.
Yes.
And we can both sit here and say the Detroit Red Wings, if we were playing in the league right now, they probably wouldn't scare us, would they? Like, we wouldn't be like, oh, they're going to physically dominate us tonight, right?
No.
We wouldn't be going into the new Little Caesars Arena and be like, fuck, I hope I don't get run out of the building.
Absolutely not. If they don't have Lidstrom or fucking Holmstrom or any of those guys, no.
Against the fucking Blues the other night, the Blues won 24% of the puck battles. 24% of the puck battles against the Detroit
Bunch
Red
of
Wings.
pansies.
I mean, listen.
Can't be like
you
that.
can't fucking do that.
Against the Wings?
Come on. Now, if you played the Vegas Golden Knights and lost and only had won 24% of the puck battles, I would agree. And just Detroit's got a good team, but they're not physically like strong and big. 24% of the puck battles at home when you're not in the playoffs, a 500 team.
Yeah, against, a Ville Husso, Robbie Fabry, David Perron, who wasn't playing, but you have incentive.
Larkin wasn't playing.
To not lose battles. And that's what you can control, and that's why you get called out, and that's why we're putting you on the milk carton, because your coach is fired. Next thing, you got no trade clauses, no moves and all this stuff, which is protecting you, but you got to be a guy making all this money. You can't walk around the city and, with your head held high if you're playing like that.
No, I know.
And I'm not talking the whole squad. I just mean some.
I mean, there was reason for, when I started having a little reason for concern for the Blues is when you told me they went to Vegas and nobody went out.
Yeah.
Come on, boys. Come on. That's not St. Louis Blues hockey.
No, it's not.
Fucking Ryan O'Reilly, Pat Maroon, those boys would fucking, they're still not in the dressing room, be just pissed.
Yeah.
Fuck, get out there and mix it.
I know.
You're 500. Come on, baby.
Yeah.
Come on.
You want to be 700? Get out there.
Yeah, hit the fucking blackjack table. Hey, come on, boys. Have a time when you're in Vegas. So, up dog, let's get a little positive here at Missin Curfew. It's the holiday season. Get this guy a beer. Woo! Listen, I got to go right to my boy, Weezy, baby. Watched him play the other night against the Vegas Golden Knights. His 7th goal this season. We're 25 games in, not even. He's got 7 goals. He's absolutely jumping. I'm so happy for him. 7 goals already. Like, he might get 20. I don't want to jinx him here, but get Weezy baby a beer. And then our boy Jack Eichel, 7-game point streak. I'll tell you what, I watched him play the other night against Calgary. He got this puck outside the defensive blue line, and he took 2 or 3 hard strides like a goddamn gazelle and in on a breakaway. He's got the most time on ice power play and penalty kill combined or something, or he's the only guy in the league with, top minutes in both. I said earlier in the year that he should win the Selke. What is it up, Doug?
The Selke.
The Selke. I know what the word is. I just can't
the
say
best two-way forward in the league.
Right now, to me, if I had to vote, Jack Eichel is the best two-way center. He's going to win the Selke. Jack Eichel, get this guy a beer. Stay hot, fella. He's so strong, uppy. He's just holding biscuits out here. I mean, he's playing unbelievable.
You're damn right. So I'm going to do a shout-out to Nathan McKinnon. 800 points last night. What's his point streak at? 15 games, I think?
13 or 14. Yeah,
good for him. Good for him. He's got the Avs, as you said earlier, playing unbelievable hockey. And then my boy Jack Hughes last night. He'd gone 3 games with no points. Then he has a huge goal against the Bees in overtime. Heads up for the New Jersey Devils. By the way, Frosty, I love you. You sent me some swag. I got a couple of Nico Heischer sticks. I love you.
Did he?
Down, they're badass. Thanks, Frosty. You're the man.
Frosty, we love you, baby. Get those guys a beer. Keep humming, boys. Keep snapping it. What a league. Top titty. Shout out to Jonathan D. 132 points.
The D-man.
Fella, email Maxie at missincurfew.com. I'll send you a sick hat, buttery tea, up dog. I suck, man. I suck.
I was god-awful, bud.
66 points.
I don't know who I put. I think I put myself on that squad.
I could get more points than that, I think.
It was me and you, Max, wasn't it? Sitting in, going out to, we were at Wendy's and I put that in there.
We were at Wendy's right after you got off
some
the jet.
spicy chicken burgers. Yeah. My fucking head was still in the clouds.
Listen, I had JT Miller got me 13. Had the fact that he got me 10. Fabs, I love you, Fabs. I've been pumping your tires about your hair and everything. You got the zeros. Batherson got me 9. I stink. Shesterkin, man. You want to talk about Igor Shesterkin, man?
I picked tuna tartare. He didn't even play.
Oh, man.
And Quinn Hughes only got me one banana.
Yeah, it's just
so hard.
Miller. Come on, man.
Where did my brother finish? Where's Parenteau?
Let me see.
Let's see.
I got it right here. Parenteau was 27th.
There you go.
I'll tell you what, Max has been a staple. Max has been an absolute staple. Maxie, way to carry the torch, fella.
Hey, someone's got to do it.
Yeah. Parenteau, Princey, not good enough, Princey. I'm going to tell you right now, not fucking good enough, bud. For a guy who is the social media guru at Missin Curfew, watches all the games, not good enough. I need more from you. Anyways, get in there. We haven't been selling it out. We're looking to sell it out. $1,000 up for grabs. First prize is also gets a hat and a buttery t-shirt. So top titty, I'm looking to bounce back. Up dog, my man, Saturday night lock of the night. I'm 5-2. You're 3-2. We're 8-4 combined. We're making money for the boys. Fella, you go ahead first and pick your Saturday night lock of the night. Lots of games, man.
There's a ton of games. There's a ton of games. All right. Lock of the night is, this is going to be a good match. But I'm going to pick the Edmonton Oilers over the Florida Panthers.
It's a good pick.
I mean, the line's going to be tight. It's going to be a pick'em game. Panthers on the road. Oilers, how are you? I mean, they're just playing well, and I'm back on the Oiler train, wearing my Connor McDavid jersey, so will Beckham. That's my lock of the night.
All right, fella. There's a lot of good games. Not a lot jump out here, but listen, you were just pumping your boy Jack Hughes up. Frosty, I love you. Your hair's always looking good. You're a national. You're beyond belief. I'm taking Jack Hughes and the New Jersey Devils to go into Columbus and lay a little beating on Erica Branson and the Columbus Blue Jackets. So right. Devils, you said they're back coming. Jack Hughes is feeling good. Saturday night lock of the night, baby. Up dog, we got PA Parenteau coming at us right now to talk a little
Aspen.
A little place called Aspen, fella. Welcome back to Missin Curfew, Up dog. This is a guy who I gave the first star of the Aspen trip on Wednesday's podcast. So
well-deserved too, by the way.
Well-deserved. I thought, listen, it was great seeing this guy. This guy's meant so much to me. I met him when he was 20 years old as a French kid who couldn't speak English. And, we've played the most hockey together. So anyways, without further ado, Pierre-Alexandre Parenteau, a.k.a. The Mango. First of all, fella, thanks for joining us. How you feeling?
Oh, I'm a little tired, to be honest. That was a big trip in Aspen, but what a time. It was great. It was nice to see all the boys. Lots of faces I haven't seen over the years, and I think we had a great time. But I'm a little banged up, a little tired. It was a long travel day yesterday.
I bet. Three flights to get back to Moncton he had to take.
Just like us, though, we blame it on the altitude, right?
That's what I do too. That's what I did. That's what I did in Colorado when I played there.
Yeah. After your first shift or after your first night out, you're kind of like, you wake up, you're like, God, I don't feel good. It's the altitude.
It's got to be the altitude.
It's not the 4 bottles of Bordeaux that we had,
It's never
free
our
Kobe
fault. Never
beef
our
steaks.
Oh,
you know,
the 6 a.m.er we took you Wednesday night.
that's true.
Yeah, that one hurt.
Yeah.
Listen, first of all, we were talking about how beautiful your house is you built in Moncton. I want to get out there in the summertime and see you, but let's talk about that setup behind you. All right, where we got a picture of you holding the flame in Montreal. Okay, yeah. Well, what's that other one behind you with the guy with the stick? Is that some kind of award?
The guy with the stick, like there.
Yeah, what's that?
That was
That was from Pee Wee.
no. That's a big one.
No.
Player of the month in the CHL.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Player of the month is the CHL.
I like
That's a big one for me.
That's a big one
for me.
That's a big one for anyone. And what's below that? That looks like the Clarence Campbell Trophy. What's that? That's what it is.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
I won it in Nashville. They gave us a replica.
Yeah, man, you guys had a good squad.
I don't know if I deserve that one.
Yeah.
That I already played.
You guys walked
I'm
through
still
us in
part
the
of the
second
team.
round. You walked through us in the second round that year, and then Obi
I
went.
remember.
Obi went to see you in the finals, didn't you, fella?
It's
Yeah,
still to this day the best warm up I've ever seen anyone put on tape. The fucking Mago came out with the hair flowing, high stepping. Me and Matt Gill were down the Nexus Lounge, and Pekka Rinne didn't stand a chance. You snapped about 6 over his shoulder and just like looking at the boys the whole time.
It was my time to sign. I wasn't playing games, so I warm up. It was.
And then what do you got on the whiteboard there on
what's
the
on the
left
whiteboard?
behind your right arm? Is that where you just draw plays like old power plays where the puck had to go through you, or?
Well, you know I'm pretty old school, right? So yeah, that's when I draw my power plays back in the days. Everything went through me. Well, I'm sure you saw it Saturday night. Everything went through me.
I did. Listen, I'm just going to say, your game was great. Yeah, I asked you, you said you've been skating with your kids back home. You're doing a little coaching. I don't believe that you're not out there like, someone's got you on their payroll. Like you're showing up to these men's league games. I bet you're getting a little cheddar in your back pocket. You're scoring some goals because your game was tight, but.
No, it was good. It was, I had a lot of fun. It was fun to play with Milan Hajduk too. Nice to see him back after a couple of years in Colorado. Thought we had a game meeting Milan. He's 47 years old. He was flying. And no, I'm not really skating, to be honest. I've been skating maybe 3 or 4 times the last year or so. That's as much as you did last week before the game.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, listen, your performance alone has got Sheldon wanting to fly you in to do private clinics. So let me ask you this, because by the sounds of how much Sheldon loves you, you're going to be going back to the city a lot. First time in Aspen, I picked you up at the airport. I said, listen, you got to hydrate, fella, right? You got to hydrate early.
Right.
But what'd you think of the city?
I'm still on the high. Like it's pretty crazy. Like I that's exactly what I thought it was going to be. Such a great place. Probably one of the richest places in North America. It's very impressive. It's beautiful. People are nice. It's the cowboy hat kicking around. It's an amazing place. I had a great time. It's tough for me to explain what I went through this week. Like to people here, or to people that have never been there. It's such a unique experience. And I'm really happy I went there, and I am planning to go back, not only to party and see the boys, but to maybe do some work with Sheldon. Yeah. Actually.
You know what we should do? I was thinking, because I want to play golf with you in March. We might just have to plan around, because March is one of the best months in Aspen, right? Because you get more sunlight, right? You get on the mountain a little bit.
Yeah,
more.
it's like the last month of skiing, right? I think it's March.
So maybe we should go back there instead of going to Palm Springs.
Well, we should maybe do both, right? We could maybe go play golf for a couple of days, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we can make a week of it, fella. We can make a week of it.
Yeah, we can definitely make it a week. That's what we do, me and you.
PA, have you done any other, we dove into it this week, on our show, but have you done any other events, like since you've been retired, to, help charities or to help minor hockey like this? Or was this one just so well done, through Sheldon and Katie, that it just tops them all? But have you done anything back home or anything?
Charity wise, not really. Like I was really impressed the way they organized that thing. It was just like, the people that don't know what we went through this week, it was like so well organized, so magical. Like the outdoor rink in the mountain and all the lights and people out there, and Henrik Lundqvist was there. There was a lot of big names. It was kind of fun. The whole Colorado alumni were there too, so it was amazing. But no, personally, I haven't done much of those things. I've been to alumni weekends quite a bit with the Islanders. They throw a pretty big pretty big party, and they do it right now today with that new owner there in the new building. I'm going to my third or fourth one already in like a month or so. They treat you so well with the Islanders, and it's pretty cool. But nothing like that, like I experienced this week though. It was great. It's tough to put in words. You kind of have to look at videos. You kind of have to look at pictures to see what we lived on there, and it's amazing. And hopefully he's gonna make this an annual thing and make it even bigger.
Oh yeah, that beauty he will. It's 100% gonna happen.
Yeah, I think he will. And that's the
exciting part.
He's gonna do that. Yeah.
Hey, how is that new UBS arena? We haven't been there yet. Is it a pretty sick barn?
Yeah, it's the sickest barn. To be honest, like it's crazy. Like it's all brick outside, and the inside you're getting cut out kitty corners. It's big. It's like there's carpet. It's beautiful. Like there's no other ring that looks like that. To be honest, and I'm really happy for the Islanders. They had some tough years in that old barn. A lot of history, obviously, a lot of winning, but I think it was more than due that they deserved a rink like that, and to have some NHL players, and to attract free agency and to attract good players, and I'm very happy the way they're playing this year as well. So they get a good record, and it looks like they got things going the right way.
Yeah, they are playing great.
That old barn, man.
Yeah,
I like that old barn.
I played my first.
I like that old barn. I was part of it for 3 years. It was amazing. Like it's no one wanted to be there, so it was tough for the other team for the positive team. So I think it was great.
The only thing better than the history of that barn was the fact that the visitors got to change next to the ice girls.
Yeah.
And they'd warm up. We'd be on the bike, and guys are like, the game starts in 5. We're like, give me a break, kid.
I was extra warmed up for those. I was extra warmed up for those games. I play a little longer soccer, maybe do the foot ladder, see if you get a little sweat going.
It's the only time you got the tins going right.
Hey,
it takes 2 periods to warm up.
Oh fuck! Hey, Mago, where the new rink is in Belmont, let's get in the Missin Curfew time machine here. Could you live in the city and play for the Islanders nowadays? Like how far? I don't exactly know where Belmont Park is. It's too far. Couldn't do it.
Is it near the U.S. Open? Like
Flushing Meadows? Yeah, like Queens. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think you could. You can always make it happen. I don't think it's the way to go. Because we stayed last Alumni Weekend, we stayed in the city, everyone, and we took a 45 to an hour bus to Flushing Meadows with traffic and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be ideal, but I think we could have made it happen.
Yeah.
If we wanted.
We were never the smartest guys. We were never the smartest guys at times together.
No.
Hey, let's get back to the Aspen topics here. Sheldon put all the boys up at the St. Regis. Listen, you know how many times I've wanted to stay at that hotel and I couldn't because I couldn't afford it. So how was it? How was the bar down there? Just talk me through the St. Regis for a guy who's never stayed there.
I walked into the St. Regis I felt like Dumb and Dumber. Like the boots, the cowboy hat, the ladies, the puffy jackets, like this. It's like another planet in there. Literally. Like I walked in there, I had no business being in there. Like it's crazy money. It was such a beautiful place, such a nice hotel. The bar, it was like the fire pits are everywhere. The service, I mean, it's the best hotel I've stayed at my whole life. And I was, we were a little off season, I think there, but it didn't feel that way. It was great. I got to ski the first couple of days. With your buddy Evans too, which he was amazing to me this week. And I mean, I couldn't ask for a better week. I was in paradise, and it's tough coming down here in Moncton right now. I'm going to be honest with you.
Hey, listen, I love that you bring up Dumb and Dumber because you had the nice collared shirts on, you got the beard. I really think you could pull off the Aspen look, fella. Like, if we go back there, we got to get you the cowboy hat, and maybe we get Princey, our social media guy, to do something up and put you in there. But I think you got the Aspen look, my man. Like, I don't know if you got the bank account for it, because I don't. But, man, you got the look for it.
Well, you told me that the whole week, and Luke's too. He pulled it up a couple nights with the hat. I was so jealous. I was like, I want a hat like that. And it's just, the problem is, if I buy a $1,500 hat, I can't really wear it in Moncton. It's a one-time thing, right? So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it takes
loves that
people, even Loops.
He loves that. He pulls it
a good dresser too, though. But it takes someone 2 or 3 trips to really get you get the attire down pat for like that mountain town.
Yeah.
Because it changes all the time. Like one week it's fur, next week it's it's like crocodile skin shit. You're just like, wow, these people are just out of their mind.
Wow, these people are like, they do it right.
Yeah.
It's like it's a different world.
I remember this is last time I was in Aspen, I think, for New Year's, and I was out with Uppy the night before. I noticed this nice little hoodie, fucking sick little hoodie he had on. I'm like, that's nice, that's nice, eh? Next day I go, Mac, where should I go shopping? He sends me a couple places, and I just happen to check Uppy's hoodie there, right? I look at the price tag, and it's like $3,000 hoodie or something, right? So I'm like, and me and Uppy are always arguing over, the way we spend our money at times. So I see him at dinner. I go, tell me you didn't spend $3,000 on a fucking hoodie. He's like, it was on sale, Obes, 60% off. And to this day, I still don't believe him, PA. I still don't believe him.
No, you shouldn't believe him. Trust me.
But the style there is unbelievable.
And money never lies when it comes to style. It never does.
No, it doesn't.
Never. So if you really want to follow these people around, if you want to be part of the Aspen crew, you gotta spend it because you're gonna look like an idiot if you don't.
Yeah, I know. You're gonna look like you don't fit in here, bud.
No, if you want to fit in, you gotta fit in. You don't, get out of there.
And I will say this about Loops' hat, because he does rock it a lot, and he's a good-looking guy with always had great style.
Yeah.
But and when you're talking to him face to face, it's fine. But if you're anywhere behind Loops with that hat on, I mean,
He's like a bobblehead.
yeah, you're bobbing and weaving the whole night. Like it takes up it takes up a lot of room.
Yeah, it does.
Now you know how we feel, Ozen, when we're behind you.
Doing the peacock.
That's true.
Just around the bar. How did you feel on the mountain? So you ski often or what? Like we get out.
Oh,
there.
I know. That's another thing. I barely ski. I ski maybe 10 times since I retired. I've never skied through my career, and I kind of got into it with my son a little bit in the last few years, but we don't have the options here, right? So I go on trips once in a while, March break with him, and once every 2 years. So I haven't skied much. I was really, really excited to ski, and it didn't disappoint. My God, the mountains there are amazing. The people too. It's just the vibe. It's tough to explain. You don't get it anywhere like that. People are nice, and it's just like it's manicured beautifully. The mountain, and I'm just like, we're up. Like the whole time, I was like, man, I was trying to enjoy every second. Like every.
Well,
every
you did a good job of that, bud. You did a good job of enjoying every second of it. You did a hell of a job there.
Thank you.
So, okay, so to the fellas listening, this doesn't surprise you. We come in Wednesday. Me and the Mago, we take it deep. We go back to Loops' backyard. We have ourselves a night. But we're getting up to ski. So we get up, we shake it off, and we get on that gondola. And we get about 3/4 of the way up, and we kind of look at each other, like we were both kind of having a little bit of a, I don't want to use the word panic attack, but like, I was like, man,
that was too high for me, way too high.
I just wasn't, I wasn't feeling good. And I looked at PA, and I was like, so we had to shake that off early, eh?
Mm-hmm. We did. It was like I had it was way too high, and then the stop and the wind, and it was
there was a wind.
It was after a big time shaker, like you said, the night before. Day one's always rough the trip. You always go hard, then you get to live with it the next day. And we did it though. You impressed me. You weren't feeling good at all. You did maybe like 5 or 6 runs, couple beers, like when we stopped on top of the mountain, and you did really good. I was really impressed with you because I've seen you shut it down a lot earlier than that.
I'll tell you what, I've never seen a guy suck down 3 beers quicker than you did on that sun deck, buddy. You sucked down those 3 beers on the sun deck. I was trying to drink, and I had like a shot of Jameson, and I'm like, the worst I felt all day was on that at the sun deck when we were taking a little bit of a breather. On the mountain, I felt okay.
The mountain is nice because you're outside, and it's always nice, and you don't really think about. You have to think when you're skiing, but when you sit there, the sun, and you had such a big night the night before. We were in one on day 2. Let's face it, but. We made the best of it, and we had a great week after that.
I got to give you credit. You got great ski style. I shouldn't be surprised.
That's important in Aspen, by the way.
Important.
I just to look good in the restaurants. You got to look good on the head.
I had no clue what I was getting myself into. I had no clue about this style, and I just Googled shit, and I bought the best thing I thought I could buy. I was a little off, but hey, I look good. You gotta look the part. I looked the part. I was not a great skier, but I had fun, and I tried to look the part, except for the cowboy hat, right?
You are a good skier. You definitely looked the part. I want to ask you, growing up, because I was an Ontario boy, obviously, and we would hear about Mount Tremblant and St. Anne's and this shit. Did you ski any of that growing up? Like, were you a skier growing up?
No, we ski, but we didn't go to those places. Those places are pretty expensive and pretty far, and I never really got the chance to ski there when I was young. I skied in other places that were more like affordable and stuff, but I went to St. Anne once and Stoneham and in those places in the last few years. And Quebec has some good ski. I've never skied Tremblant, but it's like I'd say like you can compare it to Vail a little more. It's good mountain, it's good ski. I don't think you can compare anything to Aspen.
No, I know
this is a league of his own. But yeah, I mean, I never got to ski that much when I was young. No, not really.
Well, I think you should stay on it because I think you're just hitting the sky's the limit for you on the mountain. Is what I'm saying. I really think you should stay. I really think you should stay with it. I want to talk about your alumni game. You had a hell of a night. I think you had 4 goals and who knows how many assists. But talk me through your pregame because I texted you and I asked you how you were feeling, and you just text back, "Oof." And then somebody
he said egg.
Yeah. Somebody from the alumni team said they saw you at the bar. Was it a glass of red wine and 1 glass of white wine that got you to where?
No. It was a glass of wine. I was trying to recover, and I was like, "Okay, I need something for this game." And all the boys are kind of drinking before we got on the shuttle. I'm like, I'm gonna get a glass of white wine, try to get something going because I was like really tired from the whole week. And this bartender was like, "You gotta try this red wine." I'm like, "I can't drink red wine. I don't drink red wine that much because I know it's tiring me out. And he's like, "Okay, so." He gives me like 2 glasses of red wine just to try it. No reason to have my big glass of white wine right beside me. And then a couple of alumni coming in like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Wine testing for the game." But it wasn't like I didn't ask for it. He was just bringing it to me, and it didn't look good. Trust me. But hey, I managed. I had a hell of a night, like you said, and it was such a fun night. I was so. It was nice to skate. It was like the setup was unreal. I think. It was so cold too, and I think that the whole setup, the whole ice, I think gave me legs. He wanted me to play good and wanted me to show you that I still got it.
Yeah, fuck you.
I knew you had it, but I've seen you do this since you were kids, bud.
Yeah, and just talk about the Colorado Extreme and the fans, PA, because me and Uppy talked on it. You touched on it on our Tuesday pod that comes out Wednesday of what you just said, the atmosphere and the people there, and I felt it too when I got out there. That's why I went out there for a little stretch to see if I could get my old hips and fat ass going a little bit, but like these fans were unbelievable, man. Like there was a buzz.
There was a buzz, and I think that's why he's going to make it bigger. Like the fans were in it, man. People in Colorado, they're always been proud people. We played there for a few years, me and you, and they like to have people come in their state, and it wasn't any different that night. It was minus 20 Celsius, man. It was cold. There was no wind, thank God, but people just stayed in the stand like that with their coffee and their drinks, and to watch us play, like us, like old parts, and it was pretty impressive. I couldn't believe it, and I think this event has a chance to get a lot bigger and to get a lot funner. So I'm excited to be a part of it now, and I will never miss it for the world now.
No, I think you're a staple of it. I think you're a staple of Colorado Extreme hockey moving forward. I will say this: I love you, PA. I met you since you're 20 years old. And I often wonder what it would take for you to wear no visor in a hockey game. I was like, what would it take for this, Quebec League leading points guy, and you went no visor out there. And I got to be honest, I think that's maybe why you had so much success, bud.
I agree. I was seeing everything. I hate to admit it, though. I love my visor. I thought it was a staple of mine, but now I think you're right. I think now everyone's wearing cages in beer leagues now, and I might go the other way around and take this thing off and just let's go on.
Because I mean, listen, I had no one. It's a little scary out there, even like just a stick or whatever. And you were just had it on a string, no visor. I'm like, look at this guy.
I think
he must be so drunk he's not even scared.
I think he just gave it away, saying all the guys are wearing men's league cages. He is playing men's league. I know he's out there.
Updog thinks you're the team.
Updog doesn't believe me. I know.
I'm gonna have some guys out there scouting you, bud. Maybe pull you in for another alumni game.
Yeah, listen. The last thing about the game is, you got a few more past Hank, but there was a lot of things that blew my mind through the course of the weekend. One of the things was that you got 11 career goals against Henrik Lundqvist. Is this accurate? I mean,
I was throwing numbers out there, but he's definitely the goalie has scored the most goal on. Like, it has to be close to 10. Yeah.
Wow. That just must be, he was so used to it.
I always had his number. It's weird.
He must have been so used to it.
He's such a good goalie, man. He's like such a competitor. He could show it there. Like, he made some pretty sick save that
Dude.
not many people are capable of.
How good did he look? Like just big in there, and like you said, he made a couple of post-to-post saves, but he just looked so big.
He always looked good. He looks good on and off the ice. You know, that's what he did his whole career. He's just like he's the king. You don't get named the king for nothing. You know what I mean? Like he just pulled it off his whole career. He was amazing. He's a good guy. It was nice to see him too. I got a couple good chats in with him during the week, and him and his family, him to get inducted in the Hall of Fame. It was I was really proud of him, and I think it was really well deserved.
Yeah, and he got you a drink at the bar when you asked him to too, which I thought was pretty classy of him. Hey, when you said, hey, give me two vodka sodas, and he got them for you. I was like, wow, that's classy. What a team guy.
What a good guy, yeah.
Updog's pulling up your stats right now.
Fuck, you played for 8 teams. You got us by 1.
Yeah.
8 teams.
Yeah.
By the way, you got some great stats here. One that stands out to me is in the minors, you have, let me just pull this up 1 second here.
I don't know, but it was like 425 games in the minors.
No, but I wanted to see the PIMs. The PIMs were great.
Like he had lots of them?
Lots.
The minors, I got lots of them.
453 PIMs in 450 games.
You had 450 PIMs in the minors? What were you doing?
No. Really?
Yeah, watch this. Here. This is we're just obviously gonna trim this here, but yes.
I don't know where he's looking at. 450 PIMs is a lot, Mago. That's got to be a lot of 10s, no? Or that's a lot of hooking minors. That's a lot of
10s, and it's a lot of hooking. a lot of yapping, a lot of you know.
Oh, I know.
That's yeah.
But you
I was always involved though in games. I was always like really into it, and sometimes it cost me a little bit. But I didn't know that. I forgot I had that many pins.
No, as much as I joke about you, I calling you soft, like you weren't, but you and you learned that, and I think in Portland and Cincy they play him, with Konopka and the boys. But no, you were always engaged, and you always were chirping and getting your face in there, and that's probably why they led to those penalties.
Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, you're right. I was really soft coming out of junior year, but you and Z were a big part of changing that, and it really helped me out in my career. Stayed in the minors a little longer than expected, than I wanted to, but it worked out at the end. It was fun, and it was a hell of a career.
Well, listen, it's better to. You never want to go back to the minors like I did. I mean, you stuck it out a little bit too long, but at least you never had to go back. Because going back,
I don't think I could have done that.
Going back's the worst. Going back's the worst.
It's like going to Aspen to Moncton, and you get you're like,
reality sets in. You're like, oh man, this.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Mago, to put the final chapter on the alumni game, I got Max. He's going to put your highlight clips together for you. And we're going to send it to you if you want to send it to your agent, maybe. Yeah. See if you can get a deal in Switzerland or something. Maybe there's a couple years left.
Get back to the Spanky, bud.
Maybe I can bring back to the Spengler Cup.
Yeah, the Spanky.
That would be it. Yeah.
Maybe we'll send in all 3 of ours. Maybe they need some character guys.
Well, I don't think they need me on that big ice. That ice surface was a perfect size for me. When I went out there and saw how narrow it was, I go, I got a chance in this game. I got a chance.
Yeah. You get a chance to carry that saucer across the ice over this time around.
Yeah, no. The play that got my legs going, though, was in the first there when we had power plays. I told Johnny Michael Lyles, too. I said, I'm going to take this power play. Johnny's such a great guy. I said, go play a power play. And I saw PA swinging, and I just took it in the middle, and I just left it there for you. And you were just high-stepping, and it gave me some energy. I was like, this is sick. Look at the PA flying up the wing there. It was a great event, like we said. You said a bunch of interesting things over the weekend with me, but one of the things you told me was that in your mind that Kucherov is the most underrated player right now in the NHL. And we've talked about him all year about how good he is and just the plays that he makes on the power play, Mago.
Yeah, just to say that he's underrated is crazy because what I'm saying is I don't think he deserves. I don't think he's getting the credit he deserves. To me, when I turn the TV on, I watch Tampa Bay play. I watch him play. Like it's crazy. Like the way he runs the power play, everything he sees, the deception in his game it's better than McDavid. It's better than Martyr, and that's saying something. Like that's why he's so spectacular to watch on TV for me. It's fun, and I think he's got a lot left in the tank. And he's my favorite NHL player.
For me, the way, and you're great at this too, the way he goes through the box with his passes, like it's like there's not even a stick there. He's not worried about it. He'll go cross seam all night, and then he'll pull it here and out to the defenseman. Like the way he can work the puck around from a PK guy, watch him. It's a nightmare, really.
It's a nightmare for a PK guy because that's all deception. He's like, it's magic, man. Like, well, when he does, like, to go through the box like that, it's not easy. The guys are actually expecting it.
Yeah, I know.
And he's doing it backhand, forehand, through the light. Like, he's got so much in his brain going. Like when he's got the puck on the half wall. I love watching that. It's a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's nasty.
Yeah, it is.
I want to ask you about the young kid, Connor Bedard. He's really shoving it up my ass. I questioned. I didn't know how he would be 5-on-5. I think he's at one point was leading the league in 5-on-5 points, but he just had another nasty backhand sauce apple. He's struggling on the power play, Mago, which to me is a little bit shocking. But when you watch him as a skilled guy, well, what do you notice about him?
All you need to know is he's successful at 5-on-5 right now.
I know.
And he's struggling on the PP. The PP is going to come. It takes even for him, even for McDavid, even for athletes with McKinnon, the first 30 games in his career. And the deception and the timing wasn't there on the PP that much. I mean, it's there for Bedard, it's there for McDavid, but I'm just saying it takes time even for them to figure out a PK, to know what you can get away with and what you can get away with. I think that's where he's struggling on the PP a little bit right now. But it's 5-on-5 game and the way he takes the puck and this toe drag and whatever he's got going it's pretty special. Like it's Matthews like, but it's even better. He's going to be amazing. Like to be 18 in this league right now with all the talent that is there and to be that dominant and to be performing like that, he's going to be like McDavid and maybe score a lot more goals than him too.
And the fact that he's doing it with nobody around.
Yeah, no D to feed him.
Their team is so, as you would say, their team is so tin.
Yeah.
It's a tin.
It's a little thin there, coach.
Very tin.
Like, yeah. I think if we maybe send your clips to Kyle Davidson, now you may be on the fucking Hawks by next week. Right? I mean, like, that's hey, you too.
You got to sign that code of conduct agreement, though.
Hey, I think Haydu could play on that team, too.
No, they could, but you know what it's like when you scout like a power play. They scout this power play and they say just like take it away from him. Yeah, they don't have any other threats, and that's all power play. You know, that's all people do to scout power plays is which guy to take away. You know,
Kucherov isn't feeding like 10 goals guys around. I mean, like he's feeding studs around. Like it makes a big difference too. Like pucks is coming back and Stamkos point. You know. It's a different game. Imagine Bedard having that. I don't think he'll be struggling with power play very long.
No. Fuck, I would be struggling with Stammer on the power play. But what about, like, are you worried about Bedard getting hurt at all? I mean, I guess injuries could happen to anyone, but, like, when I met him at the Stanley Cup Finals with Updog, like, Mago, like, he's tiny. Like, are you worried about that? Or he's so much smarter than everybody, and he can see the ice, and the game's not as physical as when we played. He'll be fine. To this point, he has been. I mean, he got hit by Kulikov in Florida, but other than that, he hasn't really been hit too hard.
Yeah, I think he's so smart. He's like Marner a little bit too. I think he's tiny, but I don't think it's ever going to be a factor. He's going to get hurt in his career. It's unavoidable, but I don't think he's going to be exposed. He's too smart. He's like Marner when it comes to that, and I'm not worried about him 1 second. I watched a lot of games, and not even close.
Do you remember whoever hit you the hardest? Because you were pretty good at not getting hit for. Like, do you ever? I know I hate to put you on the spot. Is there any guy that got you? Like you were just like, ooh. Oof. As you Tabarnak.
Yeah, Tabarnak. Hey. I think Mark Stewart got. Remember him?
Oh, yeah.
Big D-man, let's see. Winnipeg.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sucked me.
I blew my NCL twice, and it was him both times.
What, cheap shots? Or like
cheap shots or gotcha?
Hitting you low?
No, he got me good. Get hit like that. That guy had my number for some reason. He was big and strong too. He couldn't turn left, but
was that when he played in Detroit or Winnipeg?
No, he was in Winnipeg.
Yeah,
both times.
He never played. You're thinking Brad Stewart in Detroit, and I don't know if Mark Stewart played Boston and Winnipeg is what I remember him.
Yes, yeah. That's what I remember too.
Stewart could hit too. He played in San Jose.
I think he was coaching in the show, like assistant coach. Last time I checked, he was in Winnipeg maybe. Anyway, big guy, big face, and just he was a good D-man, solid D-man.
I'm gonna have to take him out for a beer if I ever see him for fucking getting the Mago lined up like that, eh? Hey, listen. Last but not least about hockey, I can't have you all without asking your Montreal Canadiens. I love Marty St. Louis. As a former Hab and a good Quebecer, what do you think of their team, their development? When you watch them play, what do you see?
I like it. I don't think they have enough, like, it takes time to turn it around, I think. But I like what I see. Like, I'm not sold on this Schofield guy. I think he's too one-dimensional to be, he's going to be a first liner, but to be successful in the playoffs, maybe. And I like him. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know about him. And I was, Slavkovsky, I was never a fan, and he's going to shove it up my ass too. Like, last 2-3 weeks, he's been unbelievable. He's been their best player on the ice, and it's pretty impressive. He's found his game. He's found what he can get away with. Like I said, passing, and he's such a big guy too. He's powerful, and those guys they take time. And it took him a year and a half to even have a good, like almost a good game. Montreal's been patient with him. They want him to be in the NHL, not in the minors, and he's proving them right now. And to see him doing what he's doing the last 2-3 weeks, it's huge for Montreal because they need that first overall pick to develop something big to be a factor in the future for this organization, I think.
When I turn on the Canadiens games here, the Bell Center, I see some red seats there. Is that just because the fans are kind of sick of it, or inflation, or what the hell's going on? Why is she not 20,000 every night at the Bell?
I wasn't aware of that. But yeah, that's got to be inflation, and it's got to be a team not winning for a few years, and they're maybe growing impatient a bit. It's all a good story, Marty St. Louis, one of the best players I ever played the game. He's coaching. He's got the young guys going, but like me, like this is a town that needs results.
Yeah.
Like now.
Maybe they should bring back. I think. Like a fan appreciation night for PA Parenteau, get the bobblehead going, fill those seats. But
I mean,
I would show up.
Maybe,
to that
but
game.
I don't know.
We're looking for a reason to go
to them though.
Yeah, me too. I believe in Marty St. Louis. I think he's the man for the job. I hear what you're saying about Caulfield. Suzuki, I may have more concerns for Suzuki than I have for Caulfield, but time will tell, and Marty's the man for the job. But hey, Mago, I could do this with you all the time. Me and Uppy appreciate it, but I love you. It was great seeing you. I think there's a wanted poster in fucking Aspen for you, actually. But hey, what about getting a ride to the airport with the cop, Chipper? I took you right to the airport in a cop car.
That sums up the week pretty good. The chief of police of Aspen drove me to the airport and said bye to me. He was like, hey, here you go, buddy. We ski with him day one. He was a great guy, and he offered me a ride to the airport. I said, yeah, sure, man, I'll take it. And the airport was right there, and he was nice enough to drive me there. Great guy. Same as all you guys as friends that I got to know that week were amazing to me too. So couldn't ask for a better week. And like I said, the coming down is hard, but back to reality and spend some time with my son, and that's even better than asking.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, listen, it was great to see you, my man. Like I said, I love you. We appreciate you coming on. I'll be in touch. Have a good Christmas, Happy New Year, my man, and we'll get something on the books in the new year to tee it up and maybe head back to Aspen.
Right back at you. Thanks, Pete. You guys have a good one.